This episode of the Young Turks is brought to you by WestHost, offering premium web hosting since 1998.
A 17-year-old high school student from a suburb in Chicago has been arrested for creating and sending out a list where he ranks 50 of his female classmates. Okay, now in the list, he describes the students' bodies, he describes their so-called sexual history, he talks about their sexuality, and he ranks them based on their promiscuity and the way that they look.
And how hot they are, and he gives them nicknames. Now, is this cool? No, it's not cool because those girls are going to have their feelings hurt. What if they're number 49? All right, or, you know, they have the wrong nickname, or they have been alleged to be promiscuous. Everybody gets this, right? So not cool. If you're the teachers, you crumple up the list. It's on Facebook. You make them take it off. You suspend them for a couple of days. Okay, everybody gets that. He's been arrested.
He's been arrested, and he's also facing a misdemeanor charge of disorderly conduct. We have an NBC Chicago video where a couple of the female students that were in the list are talking about, you know, what they feel about the situation.
I'm sure they're destroyed. Their whole life is destroyed. I'm going to be an ass after this video.
You are going to be an ass.
Oh, I'm coming.
Okay.
I'm coming.
Let's watch.
2 of the 50 female juniors named on the list tell us tonight they plan to turn an embarrassing and potentially devastating situation into a positive one. They won't let the list, which ranks girls based on their looks and body type, define them.
The publicity that's brought from something like this and having an insecurity of yours or something that you might not be perfectly comfortable with thrown out in front of everyone that you know, I think that could be really damaging.
We shouldn't let it roll off our shoulders, because it's not okay to do something like that.
The list, created by a fellow male junior at Oak Park River Forest High School, lists the top 10 bodies, says one girl won most improved by a landslide. It graphically describes girls' body parts and alleged sexual promiscuity.
Hundreds of copies were distributed throughout the school. Then the list made its way to the internet.
Russia's chief of adolescent psychiatry explains that on so many different levels it can be traumatic for the victim. Nationally, bullying, cyber or no, has led to deadly consequences. But with education and accountability, it can be avoided.
It's very different than when you used to have a phone call. Yeah, you'd have the phone call, you'd say something, people would almost, I didn't say that, you misunderstood it. Now it's written, now it's there, now there's a memory to it that could potentially last forever.
Haley and Emily have been on the list before, but say of the 3 years in its existence, this is the most offensive.
We were degraded, and some of us were seriously hurt through this, but we've gone past that. This isn't about the list anymore.
They've created a group called Unlist that's generated support, even from others outside the list. They say they don't want to be victims, but instead help others.
We can take the attention that he's already harnessed and shift it and change it.
Natalie Martinez, NBC5 News.
Not buying it. Okay. Here's what I'm not buying. Again, the list is uncool, shouldn't do it, kids should get suspended, especially it's on Facebook. By the way, the TV station, though, didn't mind showing a lot of that list. Look at this outrageous list. We'll show you, 32A, bra size, etc. They show you that. That's fine, okay?
By the way, they show you that because it doesn't identify any of the women.
Right,
so that's fine.
And
it gives you an idea.
they wanted to show it to you because it's salacious. Okay, if you're the most improved chick, you got to be sky high about this. You got to be feeling good, but apparently everybody's damaged. But here's my real problem, okay? One, this is not in any way, shape, or form criminal. Not even close. You know, informally, how many high school kids have done this throughout the years? Apparently, I would say approximately 90% of high school kids. Okay, so what are you going to do? Throw all the boys in high school into jail? You rank girls on how hot they are? Oh, that is an outrage. Disorderly conduct. They took so long to try to figure out what to charge this kid with. Everybody's always full of outrage, right? And now everything is a criminal act. You're going to put this kid in jail? You're going to put him in jail? Oh, hell no. I mean, we used to do stupid pranks. People didn't go to jail over it. And then the second part that bothers me is everything is psychological damage now. They've been
this
so
is where you lose me. You had me up until this point.
Just so traumatized. So traumatized. I'm not going to recover for decades.
You made a great argument, Cenk, and I don't know why you always ruin your great argument with this dick response. Okay? No, he always follows his good response with, oh, you got your feelings hurt. Wah, wah, wah. You don't know what it's like to be a woman, okay? You don't know what it's like to have your looks
So you're gonna throw that feminist card at me? You're gonna play that card from the bottom of the deck?
And by the way, people are already freaking out. They're like, Anna, she's a fucking feminist. She doesn't know it. No, I'm not saying that this is a feminist issue. What I'm saying is, I agree with you. He should not be thrown in jail. No criminal charges. That's absolutely ridiculous. But don't belittle the way these high school girls are feeling. It's a serious thing.
No.
To be on that list and have some guy tell you that, oh, her thighs are fat, too much cellulite on her arms, or something like that. For a high school girl, that's very damaging. And I know you have the confidence of steel. No one can touch you. But for high school women, for high school girls, it's very different. Okay, so I definitely sympathize with those girls, okay? But when it comes to whether or not this high school boy, this 17-year-old boy, should be arrested and thrown in jail or charged with anything, that is absolutely ridiculous.
All right, listen. I'm not saying the girls should just brush it off and be. Do I get that they're trying? I told you the kids should be suspended. It's not right. I've told you. No. What I'm saying is, just okay. After that, like maybe a day and a half later, go grab a bologna sandwich and an ice cream and be all right. Okay? Like, we make federal cases out of this, and oh my God, is there psychological trauma? Oh, she's gonna have to go to a therapist for 20 years. And look, I know, okay, it's not a fair analogy to use me, but yeah, they used to make fun of that I was overweight in high school. Okay, all right, that's life in the big city. Okay, if you got a gut, that's what happens. Okay. And I remember I told you they would go around hunka chunka, led by the teacher about me, okay? Oh, I'm psychologically traumatized. I have to go to a psychiatrist for 20, 30 years. No, I'm just bounds of reason, okay? The more you make a federal case out of it, the more they're going to be like, oh my God, I was number 12. Why wasn't I number 11? And at West Host offers web hosting for 19 cents a day. You can't get cheaper. That's
right.
ridiculous. You could do web host transfers. Like you got a website, transfer.
For free. You have 24/7 support.
60-day money-back guarantee. Well, then you literally can't lose. 25% off if you go to westhost.com/TYT.
You know what I think about that? I think West Host.
West Host.